Testing, testing. Oh, man. Oh, it's not letting me go live on X right now. That's a shame. What are you going to do? I changed my profile picture, and huge shout out to X. They apparently remove all your permissions when you change a profile picture. So, not the end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world. Hope everyone's doing well today, though. Apologize. Everything's set up here, and we will be up and running in about 2 seconds. Okay, cool. At least YouTube's working. Not the end of the world that X won't let me go live. Steve, good to see you. Floor, good to see you. Although I don't think I feel like I've gone live before without. Premium X accounts required to create live broadcasts on their platform. All right, what are you going to do? All YouTube today. All YouTube. Let me, I should tweet out the link on X then. I'll do that real quick. Just because I know a lot of people typically we get a ton of viewers over on X. All right, there we go. Should be good to go. Defin, good to see you. Roger, good to see you, brother. The new Charles Gasparino. Oh, boy. We need that breakout. Absolutely. Charts are looking good, though. We'll get into the charts in a minute. Is the Amex news real? Ed, tag me. I got to see it. Tag me in the Amex news. I haven't seen it, so I don't think so. Daniel, good to see you, brother. Always great to see you in the chat, Daniel. Love having you here. Could you touch on the open coin? Just curious your thoughts. Well, open coin was just Ripple before it was Ripple. So, what specifically did you want to know? How did you get on NBC? They just reached out to me. Apparently, the anchor watches the channel, so she just said, "Hey, I want to get you on." It was kind of random, but it was definitely cool to do. I'm glad everyone enjoyed that. Okay, Defin, just saw that. Let me pull that up in the chat real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have seen this. Arum. I don't know anything about Arum. Very cool. I'll give that a retweet, Defin. I appreciate you throwing that my way. Oh, I'm glad everyone enjoyed the NBC interview. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Silver Days, good to see you, brother. I always appreciate you being here. Perfect. Start a new XRP newscast. Well, my goal is to be able to keep getting on these different providers' news channels and be able to keep bringing in more normies into the digital asset space. So I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, I just tried to be as professional as possible and really try to give the cryptocurrency industry, I don't know, somewhat of a different view, because like a lot of people I talk to are always shocked when I give them kind of my answers on why I think digital assets are going to be important. You can tell that like they've never really heard a lot of the arguments made by the XRP community. And I think they actually resonate a lot better with most people. I'm so glad everyone enjoyed it. Kawaii, good to see you. Good morning. Nice to see you. Yeah, no, it's nice to see that so many people enjoyed that interview. I was definitely very nervous going into it, but I think it went pretty well. Seems like everyone thought so. Thank you. Really appreciate all the love on that. Guys, make sure you're dropping a like on the stream. X is down today, so you can only stream in one place, unfortunately. So we'll have a little bit less comments than normal. So really appreciate everyone being here on YouTube. And if you are, you know what to do. Just drop that like. Thank you, Darren. Really appreciate that. Sunday slide. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, it was really out of the blue. I really wasn't expecting it. She just reached out to me and she said, "Hey, want to get you on NBC?" And I was like, maybe this is, I don't know. She asked me the questions beforehand too, and I was like, "Oh boy, you're gonna make me make a whole bunch of political stances." So it was kind of fun to try to like refine my interview skills. The interviews should be on my channel. I am Davis, so you should be able to watch it there. I posted it there. Ambassador for the XRP/crypto community. Yeah, I guess so. I just want to be as professional as possible when I do that stuff, because ultimately our goal, right, is to make this stuff mainstream. And if someone can go on there and act professional, not scream down to the governments, down with all the banking institutions, then I think it's going to resonate a lot better with people who are new to crypto. And I talk with a lot of people who don't understand crypto at all. And one of the biggest things that I always tell them is, it's a system. It's not really the digital asset you should be focused on. It's really the payment system you should be focused on. And normally that's enough to like take most people and say, wait, I've never heard of anyone say that before. I thought it was just about Bitcoin being like a new international currency. And as soon as you tell them like, no, that's unrealistic. Bitcoin's never going to be some new form of currency. People are never going to be at the supermarket using Bitcoin to buy stuff. Typically all those people who are very skeptical about the digital asset start to say, oh, wait, if you take that realistic view, then maybe I'll agree with you on more of your stances, right? Because I think of most people out there who don't understand crypto kind of look at the people saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to be this new international reserve asset. Bitcoin's going to be this new payment currency. And they say, well, that's unrealistic. So if you're able to start the conversation with like, oh, I understand why that's unrealistic. No one's going to be using a volatile cryptocurrency at the supermarket. Then typically you can like bring those people in and help them better understand, okay, if Bitcoin's not going to be this next generation currency, what is it, right? What is it actually used for? And then you tell them about digital gold. You tell them about XRP being fast for payments, and you start to actually create a conversation where they start to understand the importance of the technology rather than a single asset like Bitcoin being some kind of new currency. And I found those to be very productive conversations. Let's see what we got in the chat. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. And thank you for all the questions. Roger, thank you so much. Thank you. Sid Mickle is a financial advisor and my financial advisor. You do an outstanding job, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Roger. Really appreciate you as well, and thank you so much for the donation. A lot of attorneys say the ruling that XRP is not a security cannot be appealed. It was not part of the original filing by the SEC. If they can't appeal that, what could they possibly appeal for? That's a great question, Sean. A lot of attorneys say that the ruling that XRP is not a security cannot be appealed. If it was not part of the original filing by the SEC. If they can't appeal that, what could they possibly appeal for? They would be appealing some of those decisions on XRP trading in the secondary market not being a security. So the sales on exchanges and stuff like that. Ultimately, I think those efforts are going to be very unsuccessful. I don't think XRP on the secondary market would be deemed a security, even if the SEC did appeal that. But that would be what they were looking to appeal in the long run. Like I said, I don't think that strategy would be successful, but there is technically an avenue for them to try to appeal there. So here's the XRP to Bitcoin chart. Let's take a look at this real quickly, because XRP on the monthly and the weekly is creating a nice little bottom here. I think I have the wrong chart up here. It looks a little different than what I was used to, but we are getting a nice green candle on the XRP to Bitcoin chart. As we can see, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weekly green candles in a row against Bitcoin. We're really waiting for this to get that big parabolic move upward. That's what we're really waiting for. I don't know ultimately what's going to be that thing. Based on timelines, it's very possible it comes when the SEC doesn't appeal. October 7th is here. When you look at this chart, that doesn't look too far away. If we could just chop sideways or go up for a little bit and then they don't appeal and we can get that big influx, they see that lining up with the chart perfectly. 626 says, so nice being here with this amazing Mickle Mafia. Thank you so much, 626. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Mickle, I've been hearing that the XRP ledger does not require XRP token for functionality. What is the implementation of this? Ripple does not require XRP. Neither does the CBDC ledger. Worrying. Let me break this down because it's important. Ripple, right? Ripple has a product called RippleNet, which institutions can use to move money, and it takes 3 days, and there's fees and all of that. They also have another product, ODL, which uses XRP that can move money instantaneously. So we'll say instant. Now, this isn't exact detail, but it's the important thing of what you need to understand. So they have option 1 and option 2. The goal is to get as many institutions as possible using option 1. So ultimately, they move over to option 2. Ripple can't tell these institutions, hey, you have to use the XRP ledger, because if they're not ready to use XRP or cryptocurrencies, right, Ripple doesn't want to turn them away from doing business. So what Ripple's goal is to sell the institutions on what they think they want, which is essentially just standard payments using Ripple's centralized technology to later sell them down the road on XRP for instant settlement. So Ripple brings them in. They put them on this slow, outdated messaging platform that's still probably cleaner and has a better API than Swift. They get involved. They start sending payments. And then right next to all their payments, they're like, hey, rather than doing this in 3 days, you can do it instantaneously. A lot of them ultimately then sign up to use XRP for those payments. So it's all about creating an environment that's right for them. It's all about creating an environment that's conducive to what their partners' needs are, and then selling them on XRP later down the road. So I don't think it's significant that not all of Ripple's products force their customers to use XRP. In fact, I actually think it's a lot better that they don't force their customers to use XRP. They want their customers to come over with the understanding of how XRP makes the solution more efficient and faster. John Crypto Utility, thank you so much for the $20 donation. He said, great interview. MSM needs to start covering XRP more regularly. Yeah, that's my goal. And the Fade, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate the $5 donation as well. My goal really is to make it so we really do bring a lot more professionalism to the XRP community. We can educate more people on XRP and the rest of the cryptocurrency industry. And I think all of these things, right, I would love to be the steward of and making those conversations happen. Also, guys, make sure to take a quick second, exit out of the live chat, drop a like on the stream. That's the only way we can get more people in here. That's the only way we can get more people to understand and learn about XRP. It's through you guys' efforts. I know for a fact this channel is shadow banned on YouTube to a certain degree. So it just makes it so much, it helps so much when you guys like the stream and do all of that. It's the only way we can kind of break the shadow ban and everything kind of done to suppress people from finding out about these digital assets. Darren Naples, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Absolutely outstanding. Defin said thousands of projects on the XRP ledger, and they all use XRP one way or another. Yeah, XRP is ultimately the liquidity that makes everything work. Like, XRP is the beating heart of Ripple. Landon Benson said, trying to understand how Ripple's ODL works. For every fiat dollar transfer by bank using Ripple, does each transfer require a one-to-one backing of XRP? If so, do the banks store XRP for this? Landon, that's a great question. And there's been some new documentation out about how Ripple's ODL product works. I don't know the intricacies at the moment of the current ODL product, to be completely honest with you. I need to look into the documentation to better understand how it works. But at a high level, essentially from what I understand, is Institution A. Let me see if I can draw this out. And hopefully this is on base. like I said, they just released a lot of new documentation on how this works, and I haven't got a chance to go through it. So Institution A and Ripple. From what I understand, Ripple is sending Institution A XRP and then ultimately getting invoiced for that XRP. Institution A is just then sending value through Ripple, making that transfer, and then Ripple is sending that value back out to Institution B. Institution B is then cashing out the XRP for the underlying asset they need. Let me see if I can pull up documentation. Specifically breaking down how Ripple's ODL service works. I'm trying to think of the person's name. I know it's in here. Guys, thank you so much for all the comments right now. We're gonna switch this over to members only, just so I can keep up with everything. I'm trying to think of the Matt Roslin. Matt Roslin. I think he has this, and we can go through this together because this is a great question. I would love to be caught up on Ripple's ODL product, and I know a lot of people would as well. So we'll go through this together real quick and make sure we fully understand. When was the ruling? Does anyone remember when the ruling was? Ripple implied valuation is 8.2 billion, yet they own 20 billion in XRP alone. Please explain this. Well, it's just the XRP is discounted, owned by Ripple, because Ripple will have to sell some. People think that will bring down the price of XRP. And ultimately, I just don't think a lot of people in the private markets really understand the value of Ripple. It's a great question. Okay, this is going to be complex. But let's see if we can get. This is the documentation on how Ripple is moving money. We're going to need something simpler than this. I can already tell. Yeah, let me see if I can find. There was such a great chart of it the other day, and like it's just so hard to find some of the stuff on X. I wish the search features were better. Man, it was the perfect diagram. Okay, this is a nice simple one. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I know that took a minute for me to pull up, but this is important. Okay, so sending institution is sending money through the XRP ledger that is being transformed into the opposite currency on the other side. Receiving institution gets that payment, and then ultimately that is being converted to or being sent to whatever person on the other side of that payment is required. So it goes sending institution, that cash is converted to XRP, which is then converted to a currency on the other side, and then the receiving institution is getting that on behalf of the sending institution, and then they can distribute that to customers. So essentially, XRP needs to represent the value of the payment or the value coming through the XRP ledger. There's another image as well here. Oh, this is for Ripple's liquidity hub. I know there's still a better chart out there. I would love to be able to bring this up. Okay, so this is specifically how it worked with Tranglo, or how it works with Tranglo. So, step one of the process, Tranglo USD exchange for XRP. So they get XRP, send XRP to a wallet, put that XRP through Ripple's payment process. That goes to Tranglo on the other side, and then that ultimately gets cashed back out. So it goes from the sending institution to Ripple. That's converted to XRP, and then XRP is swapped on the other side for USD. So this is pretty similar to the overall process we just talked about. If we go back here, it's just institution A is ultimately institution A is getting XRP from Ripple. They're swapping their currency for XRP. That's getting sent through Ripple to institution B and then swapped for asset B. Does the price of XRP affect the efficiency? The higher XRP's price, the more efficient the process is. So the higher XRP's price, the more liquidity, the more efficient the overall movement is. So XRP's price is significant. It's more liquidity. If you only need one XRP to send $100 million, then it's much easier to get one XRP than it is to get 10,000 XRP. So it's just more efficient at a higher price. I'm going to switch this over to members only, just because there's a lot of questions coming in and I want to be able to keep up with all of them. So really appreciate everyone for being here regardless, but I just want to make sure those members can get their questions in, because it's definitely important that we get all this stuff answered, and especially for the members. I appreciate all of their support so much. Yeah, let's take a look at XRP. Is it moving right now? Oh, yeah, it looks like we're making a push up to 59 cents. That's nice. Let me zoom in here and get a good look at what XRP is doing. We'll go to a shorter time frame so we can watch this a little more granularly, see what's going on. We'll go to a 10-minute chart just for the short time. So, yeah, we would love to see XRP kind of break out of this local high and get up to the 60-cent region. So we'll keep an eye on that. Love the blue suit you had on the other day. Crazy how many people saw that. Yeah, the interview really went viral on X after the fact. It was incredible. XRP to BTC is looking really good. I would like to get some more information on ODL. It's annoying. I need to start bookmarking things better. That's one of the things that I can definitely work on. I see so many useful things on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I'll find that again later, and then I can never find it. It annoys me so much because then I look for it for like hours and I can never pull it back up. Hair looked phenomenal. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys enjoyed that so much. It was a lot of fun to do, and a lot of times when you do interviews like that, there's not a lot of reward on the other side of it, just because you never really know who's going to see it, if people actually care. But it's awesome to see so many people tuning in for that. Mikkel's live stream is absolutely the best day in, day out. Keep informed with XRP. Thank you so much for that, Darren Naples. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I think Taylor mentioned that as well to me, Roger. The amount of green candles for XRP against Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the dollar. I know Daniel's been asking about that, and the dollar is in a very, very interesting place right now. So we'll definitely pull up the dollar real quick. Take a look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is cool to say. Great call, Daniel. On it as always. Take a look at this. The dollar is actually breaking below that region we were watching. So we kind of had this wick right here, this wick right here, and then this wick right here. And now the dollar's breaking below that. And this was all part of our thesis. And this is something we've been on top of. So it's cool to see this playing out almost exactly as predicted. Let me just take you through this real quick. We've gone over this a couple times, but this might be one of the most important charts for crypto on the macro cycle. As we can see, the dollar oscillates in this region, and we've been waiting for the dollar to revert back down to this lower region down here. We believe that's going to happen as interest rates drop. Interest rates should be dropping in September, bringing the dollar down to these lower levels and ultimately pumping liquidity back into the cryptocurrency market. DNC going to make the dollar go down? I would love to go on Bloomberg. I would love to go on Bloomberg or CNBC. That would be incredible. That'd be incredible. Hopefully one of them reaches out, man. I need Jake's barber. What? Just shave all the hair off? XRP 585. Yeah, Charles Gasparino's got to go. Okay, so Landon says, so does Ripple hold all the XRP liquidity that is needed, or do the banks hold the XRP liquidity? Landon, from my understanding, Ripple is pre-funding a wallet at the banking institutions, in which those banking institutions then pay an invoice on that price of XRP. So Ripple is sending them XRP, and they are holding that XRP for a brief time period in their wallet, and then that XRP is then utilized to move the money, and then it's out of the bank's possession. So my understanding is that it's kind of a mix of both. Ripple provides the XRP, and then the institutions hold the XRP prior to making the payment, send the payment, and then they're essentially using that liquidity. That is my understanding of the process. I wish Kashta was in here. Kashta is the ODL expert. Ripple. Oh, here we go. Landon, here we go. Actually, I'll just leave this on the XRP price chart for now. Okay, here we go, Landon. Prior to the sending institution initiating payments through on-demand liquidity, Ripple will fund the sending institution's XRP wallet with a predetermined amount of XRP. In order for Ripple to pre-fund the XRP, sending institution must onboard with Ripple entity and enter into a commitment to sell agreement to permit them to hold XRP owned by Ripple. So they are holding the sending institutions being sent XRP. They are using that XRP, which is still owned by Ripple, and then paying a fee based on Ripple using that XRP to move the money. So it's a little bit of both. Landon, I'm going to drop this in the chat. I just dropped the Ripple doc specifically in the chat. That sounded as far away from being a securities offering as can be. Exactly, Defen. I completely agree. And you know that we know they've been trying to make it so uh it's as easy as possible. Or as configured as possible away from being a securities offering. I'm trying to find a good diagram in here. Of the ODL process. Mark Smithson, that's hilarious. Just received my John Deaton for Senate shirt. Got it on as I typed. That's awesome, Darren. Yeah, I agree, Defin. As that XRP is locked up for liquidity. Oh, here's a great picture. This is kind of what I was looking at. So XRP is sent to the sending institution's wallet. Sending institution is then using that XRP, moving it through Ripple to the receiving institution's wallet, which is then transformed into the digital asset, into the receiving institution's asset of choice on the other side. So Ripple deposits XRP into the sending institution's designated wallet. The sender receives and accepts a quote using Ripple's API. RippleNet transfers XRP from sending institution to receiver's wallet. The receiver adds fiat to the sending account and will later be distributed to the beneficiaries. The receiver liquidates XRP for fiat currency. Ripple invoices the sender for initiated payments in aggregate. The sender sends the payment instructions to the receiver via RippleNet. The receiver distributes funds to beneficiaries from the sender's funded account. So we'll leave it at that for now. But Landon, I would screenshot this specifically because this is going to answer the majority of your questions for ODL. And I'll put a retweet on this. I did do an interview with Digital Perspectives. It's on his channel. Look out for that. I think it was titled something that wasn't necessarily obvious. Yeah, definitely do a look out for that. I did do an interview with Brad Kimes. It was a ton of fun, so definitely look out for that. It was a good interview. Let's see if anything's going on in the news realm of things. Let's take a look. Oh, I think I got distracted on this too. We were going over the dollar. Yeah, so dollar's breaking down below back to this lower level. Obviously, it's just a start, but to see this big red candle coming in is a great sign because obviously we're kind of stuck up here for a while. And one of the things we projected was that we would see this candle kind of continue to push down. So it looks like that's exactly what we're seeing. Yep, week in review. Yep, that was done over on Brad Kimes' channel. So make sure to check that out. The other thing, obviously, is inflation. I'm not going to jump into that at the moment. Let's switch. Yeah, nothing very interesting happening on the XRP side. So it's nice to see the dollar doing this. We should be seeing those rate cuts in September. So let's draw a line for September here. October. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, we're right around the corner from that September meeting. Yeah, look at this. This is crazy. This chart's so the September meeting is going to be right around here. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room to go before we get this September meeting. We have the first couple of rate cuts, and we can start to see in a position where the dollar really starts coming down substantially. So This is very, very good news for the markets. Very good news for the markets to see the dollar coming down, to see interest rates dropping. All while we have a lot of perceived strength in specifically an asset like XRP against Bitcoin. To me, that lets me know we're right around the corner from a lot of these dominoes starting to fall. Okay, so this is some interesting news right here. The Democrats just released their crypto platform and it didn't have crypto in it. But I guess this was the platform prior to Joe Biden stepping down. So there is still a possibility that they are going to add pro cryptocurrency statements to their platform. We just haven't seen them yet. So there was a lot of buzz this morning about how there was no pro cryptocurrency statements on the Democratic platform. But what it looks like is that those statements are going to be still be pro crypto in the future. Now that Biden's been replaced. So we'll keep an eye on that. Ultimately, I don't think the Democrats are actually pro crypto. I think they're fake pro crypto, but even fake pro crypto is better than outright anti crypto. So while I always am going to think that Republicans are the better choice for ushering in pro cryptocurrency legislation, we want to see the Democrats flip the pro crypto as well. And as long as they're not anti crypto, it's still important to be monitoring those results. I want to play this video quick.
So when we see, like, when I look at traditional finance, like a traditional bank, they were making like $1 trillion of notional of DCD per week at the heat of the market. And I'm eager to see that lightly structured business getting into crypto and enabling everyone to earn passive income and yield, again, like you're shorting an option as well.
So just some talk on the automated market makers. Roger asked, Bureau of Labor Statistics expected to revise down 1 million jobs between April 23rd and March 24th. Is this bullish for rate cuts? Absolutely. The weaker the economy seems, the more the Federal Reserve is going to have to step in and try to save the market. And obviously jobs coming down and labor being revised are all signs that the Federal Reserve is going to have to step in sooner than anticipated. So all of this is going to increase the possibility that there will be rate cuts. Rate cuts are going to make the dollar continue to fall. So absolutely, Roger, and appreciate you for sending over that data point. Yeah, I completely agree, Daniel. They have a lot of very scary things on their platform. Those numbers on labor come out Wednesday. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is wild, guys. Take a look at this. These are AI advertisements. they're going to get rid of acting in like commercials pretty soon. Like there is no way you can convince me that all of the commercials we see going forward aren't going to be AI. It's so much cheaper. Like, look at this. It looks real. Sorry, kind of a random little side note there. I was just watching some of that on the back and it was like, oh, wow, that's insane. XRP to Bitcoin chart. Absolutely. Yeah, let's go over to that. Here's the XRP to Bitcoin price chart. Would be good to see XRP to Bitcoin above 0.00001. We're sitting there right now. We're sitting there right now at that exact level. Actually, we just got above it, DFIN. So we're actually putting in a nice little pump here on the XRP to BTC. Let me take a look at the stock market real quick. Stock market looks pretty okay. Looks like it's holding up pretty well. That's a good sign for sure. Let me take a look at... okay, so Bitcoin's kind of falling all while XRP is really holding steady. So that's why we're getting this. Charles Gasparino will be replaced by AI. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Charles is a goner. Man, he's... You know what's funny about Charles? What's so funny about Charles is like he had the opportunity to kind of be like the hero of the XRP community and really like get a whole new like reinvention of who he is. And instead he just chose to go against us and fight us, which is like wild. It's like he already had everyone kind of loving him because he was the first guy to kind of pick up on the Ripple SEC case. Like he was in this perfect position to like be like reinvent himself and be like the pro cryptocurrency reporter at Fox. And he just ruined it. It's crazy. Let me throw this to a shorter time frame. Yeah, so we are getting a pump right now in XRP to BTC on the hour chart. Really need a big move by XRP. Hey, Daniel, when you're ready to put everything in an LLC, that's where we can help you out. So that's one of the things we do at DWP. We set you up with an LLC, and therefore you can have everything structured as a business where you can take full advantage of the U.S. tax code. So not going to go too into that now. We just got a pretty big pump on XRP to BTC. Yeah, we're in the midst of pumping right now. We're above that 0.00001 number. I wonder if XRP is moving, or I wonder if Bitcoin's moving down. Had a work call for the last 30 minutes. You didn't miss much, Taylor. Just going over the Bitcoin to XRP price chart. Oh, and yeah, guys, Taylor had a hole-in-one this weekend. So massive shout out to Taylor, brother. That is sick. He sent me over a picture, which was awesome. I love seeing that. That fired me up. And Taylor, I was hanging out with some of my roommates, and I showed them as well. So you definitely got a lot of props around these parts, and congratulations. That was really cool to see, and it was cool to kind of see that update from you. So appreciate that. That was sick. It was awesome. It fired me up for sure. It fired me up for sure. The H-bar BlackRock news wasn't fake. That was just CoinDesk kind of fudding the announcement. It definitely wasn't fake. I'm still bullish on H-bar. Definitely still bullish on H-bar. Yeah, I'm still waiting my first as well. I'm not going to lie. I was a little jealous when Taylor sent that over. I said, where's my hole-in-one? Oh, that's sick, Taylor. That's sick. What a great time to do it, too. See what else we got. Yeah, we're still kind of hanging out in the middle here. All the charts look, it's so funny. Every chart looks incredible right now. We're just waiting for that big moment. Like look at this XRP to Bitcoin chart. Like, let's just go through this real quick. XRP to Bitcoin chart. Obvious bottom here. Green candles coming in, reversing, just waiting for that big pump. And we've already had like some very good momentum here. That chart looks insane. Go back to the dollar. The dollar is falling exactly where we want it to. The dollar is falling through the support exactly as we expected, right into rate cuts. It looks like the dollar is right around the corner from plummeting. If we take a look at this chart over here, if we go over to inflation, go over to inflation. Inflation is fallen and back within the Fed's 2% target. So exactly where the Fed wanted to see inflation. It fell right back into the target, and now we're just perfectly sitting where we want to be sitting for inflation. Let's keep going. What other chart? Take a look at the XRP specific price chart. Let's zoom out and take a look at that. XRP specifically is sitting at, honestly, one of the most bullish formations you could ever see on a price chart. And let me just get a nice zoomed out one of this. XRP, crypto, Bitstamp, Logarith. Look at XRP on the 6 month. Just consolidated and ready to rip. Like, everything is set up perfectly. Like, everything is set up absolutely perfectly. Why no insight on Coinbase listing XDC? I have no idea. Coinbase is so weird. So weird. But guys, the fact that we're sitting so perfectly on all these charts, it is so exciting in my opinion. It's so exciting in my opinion. It's like everything just looks ready to go. Everything just looks ready to go. And something's going to be the thing to break the camel's back. Like, I don't know what it is. Something is going to be that thing to just make this entire thing explode upwards and this entire market just to go. What it is going to be? Bollinger Bands? Oh, yeah, we'll pull those up real quick. We'll pull those up. Bollinger Bands haven't changed much, but I know a lot of people have been watching this. So we'll keep this price chart up, which is just this chart of XRP, and we'll throw an indicator on here. We'll go Bollinger Bands. Oh, man, wrong one. Throw an indicator on here. Whenever I pull up the Bollinger Band strategy, it's always so weird. I always have to like change it a bunch to make it look how we want to. Yep. So there's the Bollinger Band squeezing. Obviously, just another indicator on top of that. Just wanted to ask if anyone is in the mastermind. Seems a little intimidating. Thoughts? Yeah, I think that's one of the, you. It's definitely, you definitely just want to make sure you're going to the weekly calls and then just really asking questions. So here's the Bollinger Band chart. Obviously, just another great indicator that XRP is ready to make that big move. In terms of the mastermind, yeah, I think it's just one of those things that takes time to become more comfortable with, Roger. But I think as you start to learn more people in that group, I think you'll start to find that there's really no reason to be intimidated, and you're going to have a lot of value to bring that you just don't recognize as being valuable now. But I think just the more and more you spend time in there, the more and more you'll feel comfortable essentially interacting and being able to work with people in there. Adam says, you still bullish on HBAR after the BlackRock fake news? I don't know if it was BlackRock fake news. I think the news was real. I think the market is just kind of having a hard time digesting the fact that there was some FUD released about the news. But I think the news was real. Yeah, Discord itself. I know. Look, let me tell you this right now. BlackRock is tokenizing a money market fund on Hedera. Like, I am very certain of that. Yeah, Discord itself can be a little confusing. It takes a while to get used to. If you're not used to using Discord, you have to get used to using Discord. Hopefully there'll be better sites for that in the future. There's really nothing great, and Discord has a lot of good features, but Discord can be a little finicky if you're not used to it. So I totally understand people not being used to Discord, and there's a bit of a learning curve there. This is TradingView. TradingView. It's free. Totally free. Just tradingview.com, and you can start charting any of these things. Will RLUSD require? Yes, it will. RLUSD will require XRP. New Kirkland, good to see you. So many new institutions starting to tokenize on the XRP ledger. I agree, Defen. It's incredible to see. And notice how it's all starting to come as this case concludes. Everyone's realizing that all the SEC's accusations were essentially on their face wrong. And now everyone's looking to step up and start utilizing Ripple's technology. That's almost exactly how we said it would happen. And as I said, it was never going to happen like a flip of the switch overnight. It was always going to take the board of directors getting together and saying, hey, Ripple's out of this case. Maybe we should start working with Ripple. And I think we're just starting to see that right now. Crypto Clay, good to see you, brother. You know how much we love seeing you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. And just excellent to see you stopping in, man. Great to see you as always. Flavor.com, good to see you. I always love having you here as well. What did Taylor say? Oh, Daniel, I completely agree. Like, what they do is they make the announcement and then they say, oh, wait, we weren't supposed to have this many people knowing about this. And then they pull it back and say, oh, it was kind of fake, kind of real. Don't worry about it. And then everything just goes under the rug. So this happens all the time with the XRP. It was like the XRP ETF. It's like this thing gets filed and then boom, everyone's saying, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And then no one actually denies it being real or whatever. It's just something that seems to happen a lot. Things announced before they're supposed to be announced. Let's put it that way. Things announced before they're supposed to be announced. To me, that seems like a trend when it comes to Ripple and XRP. Oh, that's awesome, Crypto Clay. That sounds incredible. Good for you, brother. Good for you, brother. One-Eyed Willie, good to see you. You don't forge the largest asset manager in the world's name, profit millions off market manipulation, and be a free man 9 months later. Doesn't happen. Taylor, that's it. That is a great way of putting it. It is a great way of putting it, and it's absolutely true. Isn't it funny that no one ever seemed to get caught for that fake BlackRock ETF? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting that the head of digital asset at BlackRock is a former Ripple board member? Like, it's either you just believe all these things are coincidences, or you just believe that a lot of this stuff is happening. They just don't want you to know about it. I choose to believe that all this stuff is happening. They just don't want you to know about it. How is nobody asking these questions? That's a great question itself. Yeah, it is funny too how that never showed up in the SEC case too, Daniel. It's like a million different things all pointing to the fact that a lot of this stuff is real. They just want to pull back the announcements because they're not ready yet. Like, they just don't want people to know what's happening before it's ready. And until it's ready, they're going to pretend like nothing's happening. David Schwartz, I put this in my video last night, and David Schwartz had a very interesting. Let me pull it up real quick. It's not me talking in the video. It's David Schwartz, and it's such a great. Let me just get through this ad. It's right here. Hold on.
I mean, they might agree if the alternative is that their geopolitical rivals force some new replacement for the dollar that's not, that it's just, if they just replace, the old boss with a new boss. If the choice is no boss, if that happens to make a bunch of cryptocurrency people rich, I don't think they're going to see that as too much of a minus.
So it's just David Schwartz fully acknowledging, like, these systems can be adopted by the largest institutions. And if the only side effect of adopting this technology is a bunch of cryptocurrency people get rich, like, who cares? It's the minority of people, just like someone else was saying. So I think it's so interesting to see David Schwartz specifically saying that, like, hey, it's absolutely possible that these systems get adopted by large institutions. And I think he's saying that because he's working with the institutions, and then saying, oh, well, if the side effect of that is just a couple off unknown people get massively rich from holding a digital asset that financial institutions are then leveraging to transform their payment flows, like, that's just part of what's going to happen. So I think it was so funny that this is like David Schwartz is literally telling you this is a possibility. And I don't think he's just saying it to say it. I think he's saying it because ultimately he knows where this goes, and his prediction is a very well-informed prediction. Like, I don't think David Schwartz says that unless he knows that there are institutions looking to adopt it in some level. Adam said, what about the CEO or whatever who made the announcement for HBAR, then sold his HBAR when it pumped? Look, that's just what people do. Like, Adam, I don't think he sold like a small percentage of his HBAR. Like, that's just what they do. Like, these people are humans too. They want to take profit. And when things pump, they take profit. So, look, I think he still holds a very, very large amount of HBAR. I think he just saw the price pumping and said, hey, take some profits. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like the whole thing with like Brad Garlinghouse saying he was long XRP when he was selling XRP. Like, some people were like really upset with Brad Garlinghouse selling XRP. Like, in my eyes, Brad Garlinghouse deserves to be able to take profits whenever he wants. Like, I don't think we as a community should be expecting Brad to look. Brad was up probably 16,000% on his XRP. Was I mad at Brad Garlinghouse for taking some profits on X? No. Like, good for him. He should be able to, like, I want Brad to be as happy as possible. I think he's a great CEO. I don't want Brad sitting around thinking he can't make profit or can't improve his lifestyle or can't create long-term security so he can stay as the CEO of Ripple. Like, take profit. Like, if he sold 3% of his XRP or 10% of his XRP, who cares? He still holds billions of XRP. So it's just how I see it, right? Like, I'm like, Brad's going to do what he's going to do. And like, a happy Brad, I think, is the best Brad we can have for the XRP community. So in like the same exact way that people here are going to take profits when XRP goes up, like, we shouldn't really expect other people to do anything different. So I'm never too worried about CEOs selling. Typically, every single time there is a story about a CEO selling, it's always fractional to what they totally hold. And when you look at it, it's always like, oh, they're selling. And then you look into it, it's like, oh, they're selling 1% of their holdings. If they're dumping 100% of their holdings, right, then that's a different story. If they're dumping everything they have, if Brad Garlinghouse sold out of XRP, that would have been that would have been an issue, right? But it's just a minute amount so he can be a human, right? He's not some like artificial intelligence platform. He's a real human with a real life, with a family. The dude obviously wants to be able to profit from the hard work he's done. It shouldn't be a frowned upon thing for someone to liquidate an asset for profit. Crypto Clay says, I'm telling you, there's a reason why Brad Garlinghouse is the only crypto CEO that walks around with armed guards. Yeah, you should have seen him at Vegas. It was crazy to be able to like stand next to him and see like him surrounded by armed guards. Guys, let's hope XRP can continue pushing up here. If XRP can continue making movement up to this upper level, we could be back in breakout territory. Taylor, man, I want you on that series. Taylor, I want you passing that 65, brother. Me and you have the same mentality when it comes to all of that stuff. I want you passing that 65, brother. Completely agree, Taylor. Completely agree. I always think it's funny. People are like, oh, if XRP gets to like $10, like I'm selling all my XRP. Like if XRP, like when XRP gets to $10, like that's like should be every indication in the world to you that it's not stopping there. Like if XRP does something like this and you think like that's the stopping point, like let me show you the difference between a $10 and $100 XRP. It's literally boom, $100. Like there's no reason XRP couldn't land anywhere within this. It's just once the price gets parabolic, it's gonna do something crazy. So for me, it's like getting to $10 is like an indication that the sky's the limit, right? The sky's the limit. It shows that we were right about the volatility, we were right about the movement, we were right about the influx, and things would just be getting started, in my opinion. Even if it's $10 is the high and we pull back to 5 for the next bear market, don't care. Yeah, in one of these times, right, it's not going to do that same level of pullback, right? So XRP very much could do go to $60, let's say, and then pull back and let's say trades at $10 for the entire next bear market and then makes another big move. Like, I think the point I'm trying to show people is like based on XRP's parabolic movements, it really doesn't have to do anything that out of the ordinary in order to get to some very, very high price levels. Like, I don't see this necessarily being unrealistic. Maybe it is. Maybe this is absurd, but I don't know. It just seems like this is the way XRP moves, and it's going to be interesting to watch how it continues to move going forward. Love that, Dave Nelson. All right, guys, I'm going to jump. I didn't realize an hour already went by. That's insane. You guys are absolutely incredible. You know, we'll be back tomorrow. Shout out to all the members of the channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all your support. I see I missed a couple. Adam, thank you so much, brother. Roger, Pelosi, Satoshi's, Landon, Darren Naples, The Fade, Joe Crypto, and Roger. Thank you guys so much. You guys are all incredible. We'll be back tomorrow. One of these days, we're going to have a massive influx of new, exciting information. We're in a bit of a drought right now. I think a lot of people are just majorly focused on elections and stuff like that. But the point is this industry's never looked better in terms of mass adoption. It seems like we're hanging on the edge. We went through the charts today. Things have never looked better. And it looks like our moment's right around the corner. Guys, thank you so much for coming. You guys are incredible. And for now, Mikkel out.